Alright, welcome to Penny's Hot Runs of Customs. Derek's on the camera. It's Chris here. We just finished, well, you probably can't notice, but cleaning the world's dirtiest garage that we actually paint cars in. So we're getting ready. It's fall time. It's getting colder outside in Canada. It's still, I don't know, it was 13 degrees today Celsius, so it's getting colder. It's dipping below zero, freezing. So we're getting our project moved around and all that crap. We decided to change what we're going to be putting in here, working on in the winter time. So we've cleaned it, made a big spot. Originally, it was going to be the Studebaker bringing it back, but we decided to put a hold on that for a little while, and we're going to be bringing the Cheap Prick Fury.
Right around the corner.
And that's around the corner. That big, massive, beautiful boat. So that's coming in. Actually, in the next, shortly. Right now, it's coming in.
Yeah.
We just got to do some few things. Last week we didn't even film it, but we tested some tires combinations off of Derek's satellite to see if they'll fit under here, and they will. And so we wrote down what size tires we're gonna go with in the front and back. Right over the rust. So we'll have to write that down before we start sanding, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, we're gonna move this shortly in there. Derek's Camaro is probably gonna go in. Probably gonna go here.
Yeah.
Or here, yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, or somewhere. We're gonna probably move this big compressor. It's a gas compressor.
Yeah, it does a good job. I'm going to shove it in here.
Into Derek's little shed here, side shed.
Yeah.
And if you can see, there's a doorway we made there. So if we open that door, his little furnace, his little wood furnace will heat this up fairly decently. And then we can run that thing in here. Close off the door a little bit so it close off some of the noise, and that thing will just run. We don't have to wait for the the
compressor
to wind up or anything. That thing just will run, and you could run two orbital sanders at the same time. And
yes, it's a lot faster than my upright one. It's getting old.
Yeah,
I ran it hard.
The plan's still the same. The trunk floor is done. This is all roughed. This is just sitting in there for looks. That's all roughed. That's all roughed. The front window, that's the original front window. Is cracked. It's garbage. This has all been welded in. It still needs to be ground down, bondoed. So that's all roughed out. We got a used windshield sitting in that building.
Very good shape.
Yeah, not cracked, no chips. It's a little tiny foggy around the edges, but it's hard to find these things. These windows for this specific car. They make two different windows for these cars, depending on the roof style. So so we're gonna be pulling this in shortly. We've got to clean out the front driver's seat, because if you look in there, we also did some work.
No dash.
Yeah, no dash. So we got all the dash parts, the rear windows in there we got to pull out. We pulled the dash out just because wanted to see how hard it was.
Yeah.
Wrong window.
Number two, it has issues.
Yeah. So it wasn't that difficult. You just a lot of screws, bolts, a lot of shit you have to take. The whole cluster you had to take loosen. So found that behind the glove box on one of the frames, but it was empty.
Damn it.
So no extra keys, no gold, no rings or anything like that. So yeah, so we'll clean this out and then we'll get moving around the yard and into the garage and see if it actually fits.
Yeah.
How much room we have moving around. So
it runs.
yeah, runs, idles perfectly.
Good old mirror.
Yeah. Okay. Ouch. What is that? Something under there. See if it. Okay, cranks. Maybe you need some gas down the.
Okay.
Oh.
You want gas or?
Yeah, might flood it.
Mm.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. That was me turning the key off.
Oh. Okay. Backing in. You seem a little low. Are you low in tranny?
Yeah.
All right. Straight back. Nothing in the way.
It's a tight fit.
Oh, it's. Yeah, well, I have to come outside. Did the door lock? Yeah, I'll go around the other door. We didn't.
It's a little seized.
Oh,
there.
yeah, it is.
Just
Needs some oil.
yeah.
I just gotta move the welder, then we can come back another 2 feet.
Yeah, and we could move it over too.
Yeah. It fit. To be
Yeah.
honest, we could just make it where I still have enough room to do my shit over there. Just to work on the one side and then flip it around.
Well, that's yeah.
That's no big deal.
Yeah. Since it's a running and driving car.
Yeah.
With brakes, we can in out.
And this garage is heated all winter long.
Yeah. And yeah, you keep that shoveled, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's just not much room in the front.
No, we'll clean a little bit in the back here, and it'll be fine. I still got some more crap to get out of here. So
figure out if it's leaking transmission fluid, or we just didn't fill it up the last time.
I don't know.
That's not a big deal.
No.
The transmission's good, we know that.
Yeah.
It did burn out, or burn out.
With old 276 gears.
Yeah, and dry rotted tire.
Oh yeah. And a leaking oil pan.
And a leaking oil pan. Yeah. Brackley had no oil in it when it was doing burnout.
But it still runs good.
And we're trying to keep the whole stance the way it is.
Yeah.
So not lowering this thing, not lowering the front end. We want to keep the tire size basically the same.
With a little bit of a rake in the back.
Yeah. This, I don't know if, well, it's got coil over shocks on it. I don't know if those are factory or someone put them in because the springs are shot on this thing, but it sits nice and high. I like it.
Yeah. I like it the way it is.
So that's gonna, if the shocks aren't, well, shocks seem okay.
Ah.
It doesn't bounce and bounce and bounce. So.
No.
So that's a good thing. Just.
No, that's not bad. I think we got lots of room to work on one side, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's all good. Probably the first time I've been in the garage for, I don't know, 30 years. More.
Yep. Well, and you gotta thank Glenn.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have to thank Glenn Nicholson. He gave me a recovering card. For you guys that don't know, I had a total hip replacement done 3 weeks ago. That's why I haven't really done much, so. And that's why Christopher's car is in here for the winter. I'm taking it easy.
Yep. And I got a pinched nerve in my back, so that's why I haven't been doing much the last few weeks. So, yeah. So we're still on the hunt for, well, parts. The dash. We're on the hunt for a dash pad.
Yeah.
There's one I can buy. It's a used one, cracked one. It'll cost me, what, 250 Canadian,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. No, 250 US.
Yep.
So that's 325 Canadian for a used cracked black dash. I can get a dash cover for
500.
$500 US. Or no, that's
No, Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah.
We,
No, it was yeah, it was 500 Canadian.
but we had to glue it down right,
So-
or we screwed it up.
Yeah. So that would cover my crappy dash. Because we can't find one. I've searched, but I'm still searching. I got time, so but we wanted to take it out before we did the window, because obviously the bolts were rusted and hard to get out with a window in there.
Yeah.
So that's my dilemma: either buy a used cracked one for 325 Canadian, or buy a plastic dash cover, like a slip-on cover, for 500 Canadian. They both have their pros and cons. Like the cracked one, we can fix the cracks. It'll still look cracked because I'm not no professional. But it's way better than mine. I just don't know the actual condition of it because it's 2 provinces over. So it might be similar to mine. You push your finger in it, it blows apart. So I don't know. I'm humming and hawing whether what to spend money on for that, because I'm cheap and I don't want to spend any money on this thing as much as possible. Pretty much everything, most of the stuff I bought for this thing, it's because I've sold stuff here and there, and a little bit of you guys help with that too. But most of the stuff is, this car has been basically free, almost, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like parts like the brakes and that, I think I actually paid for that. All the brake hardware, but they're pretty cheap for this thing. Yeah, so looking for that, looking for a mirror, random stuff. I'm never gonna find a decent pair of seats, because this is being I could put buckets in here. I don't want to. I want a bench.
Yeah.
These cars are rare as hen's tooth, like you can't find them in junkyards here. And I found one guy that had a 70 and a 71 Monaco or Polara, but it had no doors, and the seats were worse than this thing. It's been sitting in a field for 20 years with no doors on it. So, and it had no dash. The dashes are, it was a Polara, so yeah, they were Polaris, so the dash is different. So I got screwed there. So, yeah, I'm thinking if I can find an old school seat cover and just sort of tape this stuff, put some fatting in there, get an old school seat cover.
Yeah.
That's as best as it's gonna get. This, it's not gonna get any better. It'll get worse as we touch it. As I do this.
It's a Ratty Mopar.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the outside's gonna look nice. It's gonna have nice tires. We have. I'll probably get Cooper Cobras for it. Soon as I sell something, to get the money, because I don't want to pay for the tires.
Right.
We've got dog dish hubcaps.
Yeah.
For it, I've got a decent pair of rims. They're not wide. They're 7.5 in the back and 6 in the front, something like that. So
yeah.
I'm not going anything major, so that's good. Yeah, the outside's gonna look decent, but it's still gonna have cracked taillights. We're not removing the bumper.
No.
This is gonna be painted around as much as we can. Same with this. It's not gonna be pulled off. I'll probably pull this chrome piece off. The taillights probably will come out, but they're cracked, and if I find a used good pair, I'll buy it, but other than that, this is it. I wish I could keep this patina like this.
Yeah.
And dry it like this, but with that, in Canada, you cannot drive a car like that. It won't be safety. I'll get pulled over like every hour. So that's all going to be cut. New metal there. I could fake patina and try and blend it, but then I got this. I don't like that. That's too much rust for me. This rust is perfect. This rust too much.
Yeah.
So I would have to fix that. And then I got to fix all these holes. So it's getting pink.
And there's going to be more hole when that trim comes
Yeah.
off.
So it's getting more. It's going to get paint. This color.
B5. What was it? B5?
I think that's what it is. I'm not, or that's the code. I'm not sure. I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's not going to be any show winner. We'll probably block it a little bit, maybe, with mostly orbital sand.
I'll block it a bit. I'll blend it so it's fairly straight. So
the way the interior is, if we just orbital sand the thing and shoot it, I'm good with that. It's just the way this car is going to be. It's not a show winner. It's not a show stopper, but it'll get me around in style.
We'll throw one can of high build primer on it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, one on 1/4. Yeah, so that's yeah. It is what it is. I'm also on the hunt for little extensions. Yeah. They have them on B bodies that they just curve around and the screw goes in there to hold it. Yeah. I think that might fit on there because this is normally a vinyl roof car that continued around there. We're deleting that, so and it looks a little funny there. So I'm gonna find something from a B body and just stick that in there. And
I know if we take off my satellite, it'll work right in there.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so this is our winter project. Hopefully we get it. We should get it painted because there's really most of the hard rust has been done. The windows were the hardest rust. This is
that's simple.
That's fairly simple. There's a little spot in each front fender. A couple dents to pull out. Passenger floor has a little rot hole. We're just gonna cut out and slap a patch on top of it. The trunk we already did. We just got to do the trunk extensions when we do this. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna rebuild another 318 motor over the winter again.
Yeah, that's another project. Yeah.
Yes. So I can't see why we can't paint this.
Yeah. So. Yeah, since we're not doing engine work on it. We're not doing much to the interior. It's going to be as is. Throw seat covers on it. So we're not doing that. It's just quarters, a little bit of rust repair in the front, a couple dents, and sand it down, paint it.
Yeah.
There's no mechanical work to be done. We've done that already. It's got new brakes, front and back. A new axle seal on that side. Just got to get little things like some of the get the turn signals working, make sure all the bulbs are there, like stuff that little minor things, but mostly it's body work.
Yeah.
So, but I think time for me to sit down because my pinched nerve in my back is hurting me. So I'm gonna leave it as this. I know all you guys have been emailing me like crazy wanting to see more videos of this because this is your favorite car. I know that. It can't be that Pontiac that Corey's working on. Who wants a ratty Pontiac when you can have burnt seats? This is what happens in Canada, boys. That's burnt seat. That's not from flames. That's from sun. So again, that's not going to get fixed. That's just going to get covered like shellac on a turd. So thanks for watching, and we'll get on to this when our injuries are healing. But thanks for watching. Comment, all that good jazz. Subscribe. And thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.